Hello, welcome to MENSCHlife. This is our special episode. I'm standing here with Peter Graben, Man Chef. MENSCHlife.ca. What a great title that is, MENSCHlife.ca. Peter, how are you doing today?
Terrific. It's nice to be here with everybody.
Well, we're so happy to have you here. You've prepared this amazing setup here where all the pots are going. We have steam coming out. We also have a studio audience with us today. We're so fortunate that all of you have come. So this is a cooking show today. This is a special holiday cooking show for men. Now there are some women in the audience, that's true, but that's going to help us, I think, to get a skew on things. Do the men know what they're doing? Okay, we're going to get the real story, and we're going to also see if some of the women can help just to keep us honest. Because, you know, listen, Peter's a chef. He's not a woman. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, well, we'll do it together, and we'll be a pleasure.
Okay.
So what we're going to
okay. So let's actually now, before we introduce the audience, let's just take a short commercial break. We've set it up, okay, and then we're going to come right back in.
Fine.
Welcome back to MENSCHlife. Okay, we are set to go. Before we get started here, and Peter's going to tell us everything that we're doing and what's the plan and the menu and so forth. I just want to introduce our studio audience. Thank you again all for joining us. I'm going to start off here on the left, front row. We have Barry Kaplan. Barry is a literary agent. Barry, thanks for being with us. Behind Barry, we have Bernie Wexler from WPI Events. Bernie, thank you very much for joining us. We also have David Feder, owner and therapist, MyLifeAfterAnAffair.com. That's a provocative title. We'll see what kind of information we can get from David on cooking. Okay, and then also we have behind Barry, we have Delia Reif. She's the National Director of Canadian Friends of Mayer Hospital. And I'm just going to go next to Delia is her husband, Ari Reif, the Vice Chairman, Canadian Paris Centre for Peace Foundation. Welcome both of you. In the front row here we have Doris Epstein from Shalom Toronto, who often guest hosts MENSCHlife. And of course my wife, Deborah Rudolph, in the back row there. She'll tell you what the real story is. So, but anyhow, so that's our guests, and hopefully this will be fun, and we'd like to hear from you during the show. I'm sure it'll be interactive. So, Peter, where do we go from here?
Where we go from here? Well, we're gonna do a cooking show, and we're going to make you into a chef today. Ruthie, do we have a jacket for the chef here? And maybe we have a hat. Do we have a chef's hat, a cover? Maybe we have a hat. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe later. Do you want to try that?
Well, I don't know. Is it necessary? I mean, we don't want things falling. You don't have one.
All right, so forget it. Okay. So what we're going to do is, basically what I do is I teach men how to cook. I have a school called Man Chef. And guys come to my class, and some of them don't know how to boil water. And actually, David is part of our class. He's been coming to our class with his son, which has been fabulous, father and son together. But today, we're going to do a cooking class. We're going to make a nice salad. I haven't decided yet, last minute, all crisis, whether we're going to do a chicken or a fish. So you guys can decide what we're going to do, fish or chicken, or maybe we'll do chetzi. Maybe we'll do both, okay? Then we're going to do fresh asparagus, and we're going to do a rice with mushrooms and peas in it. And for dessert, we're going to do poached nectarine with vanilla and sugar. And that's it. That's what
Sounds
we're going to do. Sounds good. And you and I have to get cooking.
Okay,
so when
well,
we're ready,
let's do it.
we're ready to roll.
Okay.
So let's start.
All right.
First things first. Excuse me a second. Ruthie, can you wet these, please? What happens is, the very first thing we do is, when you have the cutting boards, invariably they'll slide. And you'll cut yourself. So what we do is put a damp cloth underneath it so it doesn't slide. And you don't cut yourself.
Good idea.
So that's the first thing. Let me move this out of
Good start.
here.
I'm not sure how to put on this jacket. I
You
don't know
look
if it
fine.
really matters,
You look fine.
but,
Thank you very much.
this is double-breasted.
So what?
How does it look, Debbie?
Just let me put some sugar. You
You want me to go ahead and de-stone them? Is there a, so I just follow what you do?
That's all you have to do. I'm just going to put some sugar. How are you doing?
Debbie's, what's
Debbie, does he cook at home, Debbie?
She needs a mic if she's going to talk.
Okay.
We'd like to hear. We'd like to hear.
But do you put-
I'm not. This is going to be. How long do we have for? Okay.
we have.
Okay.
Okay. Ruth.
Okay. Here. You know what? You don't think I can do this, do you?
Do it, go
okay,
for
okay,
it.
okay.
Can you watch
I
what
got
you're doing,
distracted.
please, David?
What's that, sorry?
Watch what you're doing, because
Yeah.
I'm scared you're
Okay.
going to cut yourself.
Otherwise, you'll give yourself a manicure.
You want to come and do this?
Vanilla. Well, the real comes from two places. A lot comes from Jamaica, and the original place from vanilla is from Madagascar.
Peter, is there a difference between using artificial vanilla and genuine?
Absolutely. The real one, first of all, is very expensive. I forgot to buy it. And vanilla is actually like a commodity. It's outrageously expensive. And they have wars over, they used to have wars over that. Excuse me a second.
David,
David, how are you doing?
I don't think you're
Peter,
supposed to mutilate the
Oh,
nectarines.
David, you're doing okay. You're doing okay.
Okay, this one's too soft.
That's
What do you
okay.
think, Delia? Is this? Would Ari do a better job? Pass Delia the mic, please. We need to.
I don't think so.
Okay. So, what do
you
you think,
know,
Ari?
now
You
you
think you could do?
I'll tell you something. Food, in the process of peace, is one of the most important elements. For example, in the Middle East, what connects us with
Yes.
our neighbors, which whether we like or we don't like, we will have to live with them,
Right.
is that I can share a plate of hummus with a Palestinian, an Egyptian, a Lebanese,
Right.
a Syrian, and I can negotiate peace with him while I eat.
That's a good point.
And
Good.
if you talk about food and peace, they connect very well.
Correct.
So you better cook well, because our friends are expecting some good results.
As long as they're always our friends.
Yeah. Well, maybe the next
Okay,
cooking
let's-
show we can do
Let's
that.
let's do that. Let's
How do
do
I?
it.
What do I do with this? No,
You put them in here.
with my hands.
Yeah, well, your hands are fine. Your hands are fine because they're dirty.
You just keep on going, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's put them in here. Gently put them. If you throw them in, you'll burn yourself. That's it. We can do this with apricots. I couldn't get any fresh apricots this morning. They weren't nice, so I got these. But we do this with. We did this at school. We did this, didn't we? No. Next time.
What are you putting it in? You're putting it in a pot of...
Water with sugar and a little bit of vanilla essence.
Thank you.
We're going to boil this for about a minute.
Blanched asparagus.
Blanching asparagus. When you've got asparagus, I've taken the ends off already. So what we do is we're just going to put them in boiling water, and as soon as the water boils, you take it out and you put them in iced water. And that's it. That's how you cook them.
Try and
So
stay
what
out
we've
of the
done, what we've done is we have iced water here,
What's your step? Yeah.
and the minute it comes to the boil, you take it out, put it in there. You can do this with peas, broccoli, cauliflower, everything, and it keeps its consistency.
Okay, we're back here on MENSCHlife. So Peter Graben, man chef, what the people missed at home is basically we've got the asparagus, blanching them. What's the blanching again? What
You're blanching, you put them in boiling water, and as soon as the water boils, you take it out, and you put them in cold water. It stops the cooking, stops it dead. But what we're also going to do is we're going to keep that water, and we're going to use that for the rice. Because it's got all the nutrients and all the from the vegetables which are in the water.
So we're going to have extra nutrients
Okay,
in
so
our
let me
rice
just show you this.
from the asparagus. Bernie, how's your cooking? We get the mic down to Bernie. Bernie Wexler, WPI Events. He's,
Hi.
if I may say, Bernie's recently single, so he is going to have no doubt. You know, he's got kids.
I do.
So, how's your cooking,
My
Bernie?
cooking is restricted to eggs.
Eggs. Eggs. That's a popular recipe for men.
I'm working on expanding that
Yeah,
right
this is a
now.
good. This is a good start.
This is a good start, Bernie.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have actually it's very interesting because in the cooking school we're going from age 22 or 24 to late 70s.
Okay.
And in fact, I got an email from a young man yesterday who's at the cooking school. His mother phoned me up and begged me to take him to the cooking school because he's at university and he's got all zits all over his face. He's not eating properly.
Right.
So he came to the cooking school. He comes during the day. It's a one-on-one actually. He's a great kid. He sent me He sent me the nicest email yesterday. He said he couldn't find the recipe. He said, but now he's cooking and everybody loves his cooking. His mum, and so actually I'm going to take his email and put it in my next newsletter, which is really terrific. This is boiling. I'm taking it off now, okay?
That's the peaches.
Yeah, the peaches.
Those are, so as soon as the peaches boil, you take them off as well?
2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah, you let them boil 2-3 minutes.
Madame asperge.
And they're
Al
not
dente.
hot either, right?
What?
They're not hot.
No, because you've stopped the cooking.
We put them in cold water. By the way, you can get this recipe if you're watching the show. You can get it. You just send an email to peter@menschlife.ca. You can sign up for his newsletter too on his website.
That's right.
But send him an email and he'll send you this entire
These
recipe.
recipes. Okay, so we're waiting for this to boil again. Let's do. Okay. Perfect.
How's the asparagus?
And, yeah, and that's how you can eat them, either hot or cold. If you do it cold in an asparagus salad with a vinaigrette and a little bit of chopped egg on top of it, gorgeous summer salad.
There's one more asparagus there. Do I get to try?
Do you work here? What do you think? Give it to him. Give it to him.
Okay, Barry Kaplan. Would you know how to cook anything? Are you a good cook?
The most I can do is a grilled cheese. I think
Grilled cheese.
That's my
Okay,
most
so
complex,
that's right up there with the eggs. Now, if I ask David, who has been attending some classes
Right.
with Peter, let's see what David's going to say. David?
What I've done?
Yeah. Would you know how to cook? Can you cook?
Well, I know more
No more.
than I did.
You've been
before.
making some meals.
I made one meal.
Okay.
It was salmon.
Salmon. Well.
Made it for Friday night for Shabbat,
Yes.
and gave my wife a break.
Very nice.
And you know, she really appreciated it. For 20-odd years, she's been you know, the one preparing all the meals, and
He's becoming a man chef.
now she gets a break.
That's very
But
nice.
What is beautiful is his son just got married, and his son also came to the class. They came together.
Right. Those are frozen peas?
Yep.
Frozen, okay. So we've added that to our mixture. I still don't know what we're making, but we'll find out. We have a question from Bernie. The eggs
I don't know.
man.
I'm used to cooking rice, like boiling it, letting it go in a cooker for.
That's a good point.
What
I
do
was
you do? You
thinking
just
that-
poured it from the bag right into the pan?
The rice,
Yeah.
right in,
Right
in.
right in.
How much rice did we put? We don't. You send away. Send it.
So if you email me,
How many grains? You didn't count?
if you email me, I'll send you all the information.
Let's hear from Doris, because we haven't heard Doris, because I know I've seen Doris's living room, and you probably have what, 25 people over every Friday night for dinner?
About that, over 20
And you
is
prepare
pretty
all
normal.
this yourself?
I usually prepare everything myself with the main dishes and with other people bringing side dishes.
Right.
But all these years of cooking, I'm just astonished at all the little tips. The salt, so the garlic doesn't slide. The blanching and using the water after. So keep it coming.
Okay, so what are we going to do? Are we going to do fish or are we going to do chicken? Okay.
That was easy to decide.
You always do the chicken first and then go to the fish. And if you're storing fish in the fridge, it always goes on the very bottom shelf. Because if it spills, it doesn't ruin anything else. But if it's on the top shelf and it spills, everything will stink of fish. So always fish on the bottom shelf. All right?
Good point. Doris,
Good point.
you like that one? Good one?
Good one, Doris?
Good tip?
Okay.
All right, where
So,
do we go? We're not making chicken fingers here, right?
We're
Okay.
making lemon chicken fingers.
Right, okay.
Okay. One more fillet.
Fill it off.
And you all know about after you finish chicken, you wash the board for cross-contamination. Very, very important.
After the chicken.
After the chicken. Okay, what we're going to do is salt and pepper this.
How long have you been running this school?
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
A lot of people know your name from
catering.
From catering.
Yeah.
And you're with one of the synagogues in
None
Toronto.
of them. None of them. Thank you.
Never. Or you just,
Yes.
you just want to forget?
Sir, just want to
Okay,
forget.
he wants to forget. So we're not going to bring it up.
Peace! Let me show you this. We're going to chop the parsley.
Chop parsley. Should I do that too?
Yeah, take this knife.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good.
Put your finger. put your fingers like that,
Yes, okay.
like that. Chop the
Okay.
parsley.
All right.
Hey, way to go! Lift your thumb up. Lift your thumb up. No, up.
What thumb? Okay.
David, I'm pretty amazed.
Yeah.
Is that not good?
I'm expecting this for dinner for the kids and
Well,
us tonight.
Okay.
How about for lunch? Okay.
That's right.
What do we do? Put a little salt down here?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the garlic doesn't get too salty or what?
No. Okay. Remember, I took the knife and
Yeah.
I crushed it.
Just crush it. And then we make a paste.
Right.
Paying attention.
Whoa!
No.
To know if there's ever even a touch of blood, you throw it out. You don't use it.
What if there's a touch of
Eggshell.
eggshell?
Smack good.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
no big deal. So we're back in here. We're getting the oil and the pan ready to make this chicken. Doris, you have a question?
Peter, why vegetable oil and not olive oil?
Olive oil will burn too easily. You can put some olive oil in this also, but if you just use olive oil by itself, it will burn. You can't fry with it.
You also brought out the breadcrumbs,
Cornflake.
cornflake crumbs, and a lot of people are using panko.
Yes.
So can you speak about the difference between?
Pankos is Japanese crumbs, you know, and they're delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Oh, so you use it.
Oh yeah, we use panko also. It's
Okay.
also kosher. So the panko is delicious. It's all good.
Bernie has a question in
Yes,
the back.
Bernie.
Okay, this goes back to my mother's days. I've always seen her pound the meat. Do you do that with chicken?
You can, but you don't want it too thin because if it goes too thin, it's going to dry out on you.
Right. But it's supposed to be nice and succulent.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the word I'm looking
What
Yes.
we're going to do is we have this is a not bad smell.
Smells good.
Smells good. Smells
Yeah.
fresh parsley, garlic, lemon juice, salt.
I
and
might eat
pepper.
it raw. Okay.
Okay, and we're going to dust it with flour.
And flour.
But what we're not going to do is we're not going to cook it when we fry it. We're just going to color it. And then I have a small oven outside. If you try and cook it all the way, which you would do at the cooking school, if you try and cook it all the way, it's liable to burn on you. So just get the color on it. When I do it with the salmon, I do the same thing with the salmon. I do salmon fingers exactly the same way, and the children love it. And you serve it with a tartar sauce. So you can do the salmon identical to this.
Good for the kids.
Yeah,
We could
okay.
try that.
What
Yeah.
we're going to do is we're going to dip the chicken in the mix
Okay, so we dip the chicken
chicken.
into the eggs.
into the eggs.
Yeah, my mother used to have a tray of eggs, a tray of
Oh yes, I
of,
remember that.
flour, and a tray of breadcrumbs.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. And
Yes.
then it would go right into
Right.
the pan.
If you're doing it at home, the easiest way to do it at the last stage when you're breadcrumbing is just put newspaper down. Because then you can just roll out the newspaper and throw everything in the garbage. That's my mother's trick.
What about putting it into a plastic bag and shaking it up? Do we?
Yeah.
Do we
But let me tell you, I've got to tell you a story. True story. I've been in this business so long that at a restaurant show, I met Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
In his white coat, the shows used to be in the Royal York.
How old is he now?
He's dead a long time ago.
Okay. All right. Of course, I know he's okay. Come on, listen. You know, have a little bit of levity. You know, it's a cooking show, right? Okay. Our audience at home was. We were off for a second. You were saying the next day you can add. What do you add to that for
No, you
a
put
sandwich?
it once
if
it's
you have
cooked.
leftovers.
You put it in a sandwich, in a nice Kaiser with honey mustard, maybe sliced tomato or dill pickle, and for lunch. It's delicious.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry.
Okay, we're going to take this off because it's still raw though. The chicken is still raw.
I think that's why my mom used to pound it so that it would cook right in the pan.
Right, but what happens is that if you're not careful, it will burn.
Yeah, I think she kept on adding oil.
Yeah.
So you cook halfway.
Just not even halfway, just with color. And what will happen is because it's got the flour and the egg wash in it, the seasoning, the flavor will stay into it. You'll taste it later on. You want to do the next one?
Sure.
Start at the back of the pan, work backward, work towards here, but gently lay them in, because if you put it in too fast, also, if you put your hand in here, you have all that stuff on your hand, so if it splashes, your hand is...
It'll eat your hand.
No, it won't. It'll protect your hand.
Oh, okay. Okay, so start with the back of the pan,
Yes.
away from me.
Yes, put it in away from you and work back. That's it. Okay, I have to tell you a bit of history. I was a chef for 7 years in Europe, worked in the kitchen for 7 years.
I'm glad.
Madam. It was a fantastic hotel, first-class hotel, and it had 3 main restaurants in it, and it was really, really elegant, and large banquets, and I worked there for 7 years. I went to college for 4 years, catering college for 4 years. So, had a little bit of experience.
Peter, what is the specialty food in Scotland?
The quality now in Scotland is terrific. The quality of the fish.
Not
and
quality,
like what?
specialty.
specialty, haggis.
What
Maze haggis?
Maze haggis.
Haggis. It's like kishka, but it's made with sheep's inners and stuff like that. Ooh,
Sounds interesting.
very interesting. Very interesting. But we did an event in our house. It was a Saturday night, and it was for Rabbi Burns Day, who was the poet in Scotland. But it made it all kosher, and it was a whole group of us. And I made haggis, but I made it kosher with. And I came out with these 2 things, you know. And we had a night. The guys didn't leave till 2 in the morning. And one of our friends, I don't know if you know Yossi Bahar. Do you know Yossi Bahar?
Yeah, I know him.
You know Yossi?
Yeah.
Good friend. So what we did was we did all the Scottish poems. Robin and Shirley were there too. We did all the Scottish poems, the Rabbi Burns, but we wrote it out phonetically, you know, as it sounds. And this Israeli guy was reading out these Donald, where's your trousers in Hebrew, in Israeli accent. It was the best night. 2 o'clock in the morning, they were still there. So, but everything is, you know, foods go all over the world. But when we were in the kitchen, everything is done in French. The entire kitchen is done in French. All the menus are in French. And anything that's not, in these days, anything that wasn't French was foreign. And everything was done in French. All the orders were called out in French. When the chef would come down to the kitchen order, everything was done in French. That's the way it was. And the menus, I still have the menus on the wall from these days. Do you want to flip them? Take a fork. Where's the fork? I had a little
Plastic
stupid
fork?
Yeah. Just be careful though, okay?
Yeah.
Start at the back. So, everything was done, the whole kitchen was in French. So it was an interesting, very interesting time. The hotel, they've taken all these old hotels now and they've completely fixed them up and they've gutted them, and it's magnificent. I had an interesting week. Last week, Rogers TV came to the house with a producer, 2 videographers, and an interviewer. And they came at 9:30 in the morning, and they stayed till 5 o'clock in the evening. They did a whole production, and then it's not for MENSCHlife, they call it Cooking at Home or something, some show. It's on Channel 10. And it was the best time. We had a great afternoon. He was invited, didn't he? It'll be on my website. I'm not allowed to show it until they've shown it on television. So probably the first week or second week in October. That was good. And I'm back on Rogers next week, but I only have 8 minutes live, and I've got to cook something in 8 minutes.
Eggs.
Grilled cheese!
Eggs. Grilled cheese.
Barry, you hit it! Okay.
So do you take the chicken now and you put it in an oven to
In the
cook
oven,
properly?
and you'll taste. If you do it all the way in the pan, it's liable to burn on you. Okay, but if you do it in the oven, that's beautiful, actually.
It is.
Do not touch this; it's really hot.
Okay.
How long does it take in the oven?
15 minutes tops.
Okay.
Okay. This is Ruthie.
And you don't have to spread it out or anything?
No,
Oh,
Ruthie,
okay.
it's really hot. Here, put it in the oven. Here.
But you're baking it now?
Yeah, you're baking it. Okay. With this. Okay.
Yeah. Where are we now?
Production. You do that.
Eggs on the
Egg. Yeah. Put them in there. Put that in here.
Wait, which? This
Put
one
this
in
in
here.
here.
Okay, got it.
And then give it to me over here.
Okay, like that.
Yeah.
So this is the same principle, only with
Identical. Identical.
That's great.
Now we put
We're
on,
gonna have lots of food now.
so those are cornflake crumbs. There you go.
There you go.
Bernie?
Bernie, always, yeah.
So we don't have the big mallet, and you wake everybody up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Bang, bang.
That's what my mom used to do.
Is that what you used to wake up to in
Bang,
the morning?
bang, bang, bang.
Okay.
I knew that was good stuff on the menu.
You knew dinner was
Okay.
almost ready. Okay. Should we put that in the...
You put that in there.
pan?
In the
Okay.
pan. This is for Bernie and for...
I love
Away from you. Away.
Away,
Put them
away.
away from you.
Doris has a question.
Sorry.
Yes, Doris.
When I do that kind of breading, I do flour, egg wash, and breadcrumbs
Right.
immediately, but you separate the process.
Well,
you,
you
did,
do,
you did first flour
then egg
and
wash.
egg and fried it.
No, then the breadcrumbs. Here.
You did all together.
No, the
In
others
sequence.
didn't have breadcrumbs. The first lot had no breadcrumbs, only flour. Egg wash and flour.
And then you fried it.
Yes.
And then you put on bread.
No. That's another batch.
Oh, it's another,
This is only 4 more
another
pieces.
form,
Different
another
type of chicken.
technique.
You'll taste it later. The best fish shop is on Dufferin Street.
You get this out of your foot.
Yeah?
Yes, at Lady York.
Yeah, that's where I buy all my product at Lady York.
The best.
And the best fish, that's where I was this morning. Gus is a good guy. And Lady York, the product is fabulous.
Where are they located?
On Dufferin Street, just not just south.
South of Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've been there before.
That's why from the Atlantic is colder than the Pacific. So the colder salmon is always fattier. And that's why the salmon from Chile is Chile. Because the cold water, the salmon from Chile was the best because all the ice water came from the Antarctica. But there was a problem with the Chilean salmon and they've stopped bringing it in. We have the salmon. Some people love it skin on, some people love it skin off. If you want to take the skin off, put salt like that. Let me just get a knife. Okay, if you want to take the skin off, you put your fingers in the water, you put your fingers in the salt.
So that gives you some grip. So
Gives you grip.
water and then salt,
You see, like that.
and now you can pull it right off.
So you put the salt on your fingers, and that's it.
We want our men to learn,
Okay, okay.
not us.
David, do you want to cut it into strips like that?
Okay, okay.
I told you they are limited.
Did you? Okay. Okay, we're going to do a stir fry. Ooh, okay.
That's new.
Pickled ginger.
Different.
Let's create something. You tell me what. I have rice vinegar.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yes to the rice vinegar.
I
They go
have
together, all these things?
what?
They go together?
No, but we'll create something.
Ah.
Something different.
Garlic, of course. There is all-
How about sesame oil?
I love sesame oil.
How about
So you can just wing it like that.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Take that piece there, cut it
Oh, here,
down.
like
Yes,
this?
it's coming a few more because you need a few more. Okay, we're going to make in this. I'm going to make you a sauce, an easy, no-brainer sauce for the chicken. And it's really
Got to get the skin off this one.
no, leave it on, leave it on. Oh, good for you. Go this end though. Start at this end. Start where it's thinnest. Just don't cut your hands.
Is our insurance paid up? How's that? Yeah,
Yeah, good for you.
Don't try this at home, kids. If you're watching,
It's like wrestling.
what do you think, Peter?
Fabulous.
I'm retiring from the kitchen.
Good for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me see how much is
And
left
this?
on there. See what's on
There's
there.
something there. You don't want to waste.
No, you don't want to waste
that.
it. You did good.
Waste not, want not.
Okay, wonderful. You can't believe, honestly, the guys who come, how they've really, and they've blossomed. They really have. It just means they can be independent, and the
She
problem.
doesn't want me to be too independent.
No, the problem is that when you buy all the, and I'm not knocking the food outside, but when you buy food outside, it is loaded with sodium and loaded with preservatives.
It's nice to be able to make food at home. Now, how long would this normally take?
Okay, salt and pepper.
Yeah, salt and pepper.
You do it. Here.
Salt and pepper.
Raise your hand. Put your right hand out. You
Here,
always
this
put
one's dry.
you always, if you're doing it like this, now take it the other hand.
Yeah, and
dust
sprinkle.
it. Yeah. You always do it that way because if you put
You don't want too much salt, huh?
You don't want too much salt. But you need salt for
need
balance.
salt.
A little bit of pepper. My wife insists on always using the cracked pepper, the black one. But it's got to be fresh. That's the whole issue.
Lemon juice. Lemon juice. Right in there. Oop.
Beautiful.
Just like that.
Yeah, lovely. I have all the recipes dumbed down, really dumbed down. Okay.
So if you forget.
And the guys call me at home. A lot of the guys call me home. But I've taken the recipes, just tried to make them really straightforward and simple. And it's easy to follow.
Peter@menschlife.ca. Send him an email, he'll send you the recipe.
Okay, so what else are we putting in here, Dave? A little bit of parsley, because we have to use it all up. The knives are outside. Good, yeah?
So we take off an edge,
Yeah, yes.
and then we put it down like this,
Correct.
and then we go down like that.
We're going to saute off the salmon. We're going to dust it with flour. Do you want to dust it with flour?
Dust it with flour. Okay? How's that? Dusty enough?
No, more.
More? It's dripping out of that.
Yeah.
one,
I know.
Okay, back to plan A. Okay, so we're back here with Peter Graben, man's chef. We've got our secret sauce, which they'll get it on if they send you the email.
Okay, now we're going to make a salad.
But now we're going to do the salad. And things are starting to really shape up here. So this sauce, while you're cutting those radishes, let's see if I can remember. We had plum sauce, hoisin sauce, ketchup. But first we put in the onions and the garlic.
Right.
Right? I'm going to make that at home tonight. What kind of lettuce is that?
I mixed,
Peter?
mixed
Is that spinach?
spinach, yeah.
Spinach. Smoked almonds.
Okay, we have to make a very fast dressing.
I've ceased to be useful.
No. No, you're still number one. I'm just the apprentice here. Okay, I should have got shallots, and I left them. I forgot my shallots at home.
Shallots.
Shallots.
I say shallots.
You say shallots.
You say shallots.
What do you say?
Shallots. Well, that's because you learned, you apprenticed. Shallot.
Shallot.
Sounds like Hebrew. Could be shalosh. More olive
A
oil.
little bit of olive oil.
Well done, David.
Okay, David. Okay, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, salt and pepper, olive oil, and the magic.
For a sweet New Year.
That is rice vinegar. A little bit more of
So
this.
that's our salad dressing.
That's our salad
Wow.
dressing.
I would have never thought to have put those things in a salad dressing before. I probably would have thought to put anything salad before. Oil and vinegar. You can put oil and vinegar. Those.
He opens a bottle.
Okay, so everything's ready. So let's go to a break, and then once it's set up, we'll come back on.
We have the salad with the salad dressing. We have two types of chicken, one chicken in the batter, one chicken just in egg wash. We have asparagus. We have a new concoction of salmon, which we're going to have to taste. We have our risotto. We have French bread, and we have a sauce for the dipping the chicken. And that's lunch, ladies and gentlemen. So,
That looks fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Excellent job. And we're going to go back in just a moment, and we'll get some feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. try it.
Let's digest that. Let's digest that.
Let's digest. Okay, we're back here on MENSCHlife with Peter Graben and our studio audience. We are eating the food here. I'm eating the food. Peter, it was delicious. You don't eat your own food.
I'm going to eat in a few minutes.
You're going to eat.
I'm going to eat.
Let's just ask everybody, how's everybody enjoying... okay, they can't even pick up the...
I have the mic. It's delicious. Everything is fantastic, and I can't wait for you to cook it, Dave.
Okay, there you heard it. So,
Pleasure.
okay.
My pleasure. It was really great being here, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun. It really is. That's what it's all about. Cooking is fun, and you just got to just let it all hang out. Just have a great time with it. And I enjoyed it, and the company was wonderful. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks everybody for coming, and thank you at home for watching here at MENSCHlife. I'm David Grossman. Till next time.